Okay, welcome to CMP-103 online. Let's take a look at My IT Lab. This is what you're going to be using in this course. So while Web Study allowed you to get to this video and these trainings, once we get through these trainings and then you take the little quiz that you must take in Web Study, you will leave Web Study and basically never return. You will do all your work in My IT Lab. So you'll be going every day to myitlab.com. And so we're going to take a look at what your computer needs to be ready to go for that and how to get this electronic content and what you'll be doing to sign in each day. So let's start with what do you need to get your computer ready. And you can see if you go to myitlab.com, you have some support information, and here it says get your home Mac or PC ready, because you can use either. Same thing here. Now, this is very straightforward. We will be using My IT Lab for Office 2013. That's the selection you'll always want to make, Office 2013. And here are your system requirements. So you need to have Windows 7 or 8. I believe Vista will work because it's very much like 7. But notice XP is not on this list. So if you're running Windows XP, it's probably a good idea to discontinue taking this course, drop out of it as soon as you can, or you will need to find a computer that you will have access to Windows 7 or 8 on, because it will not work on Windows XP. That will just be a problem. Now the reason why is because this uses the latest technology, so you'll need to run Internet Explorer 10. Firefox works very well, but I found that you need the latest version of Firefox too. This isn't specifying that. Chrome doesn't work as well on, and plus they just found a security problem where Chrome pulls all your passwords out of their secure locations and then puts them into an open text, clear text file that anybody can read. So very easily hacked. If you're running Chrome, you may want to discontinue using that. Just as a note, Google has stated that they don't plan on changing that practice. So that's not very good. So I would use Internet Explorer or Firefox. And from my experience so far in using these two, the latest version of Firefox seems to work better with my IT Lab. But I haven't really seen any big problems with Internet Explorer 10. That's the latest version. If you're going to run the Mac OS, then you want 10.6 and up, and you're going to use Safari 5 or 6. I would recommend that you use Safari 6, and then Firefox as well. Latest version of Firefox will also work. Now if you have trouble with this, you just can't seem to get it going, the best people to contact is My IT Lab themselves, and they have student support right here. They have 24/7 access on telephone and chat. They are actually excellent people to deal with, and so if you're having trouble getting this going, then contact them. I can't really help you troubleshoot your computer, and some students try to do that. They'll say, well, you know, you're the instructor, so you're responsible for how my PC works. But when you take an online course, you're the one that's responsible to make sure that your computer will actually run what's needed for that course. And you don't have to do it alone when it comes to My IT Lab. They have wonderful support there. 2013 again. You want to make sure you're always Office 2013. Okay, so let's talk a little bit in general about what's expected using My IT Lab. One of the things that I think is unique with this course that I have happen with some students is that I'll get students that really dislike computers, and because they dislike computers, they say, I am not going to go take a computer class. I'm just not going to sit through a lecture about computers because I hate them. So I'll take a computer class online. And that really makes things much more difficult. The main reason it makes it more difficult is I'm just not there to help you. If you're taking it face-to-face, then when you have a problem, you can raise your hand and say, hey, this isn't working right. What do I do? Why is it causing me this trouble? Why can't I finish this assignment? And I'm right there to help you do that. And so any problem you have is resolved very quickly, very easily. Online, you end up having to send me an email, trying to call me or get a hold of me during office hours, which are listed inside of my IT lab. And then there's that lag time of trying to get those issues resolved. So I'll work with you as much as I can, as well as I can. But just realize that if you're somebody that really is frustrated by computers, taking a computer class online is really not the best way to learn. So if you struggle with computers, think about getting into one of my face-to-face classes. Now, not everyone can do that. They have schedules that you just can't do it, and you have to take it online. Well, I'm inviting you to come down on Fridays from 9 o'clock till 11 o'clock. I usually will have open lab time in my 103 face-to-face classes, as we call them. And you can come in and say, hey, you know, I'm in your online course, I need some help, and I'll help you out. I'm there. If Fridays don't work, then I teach classes Monday and Wednesday that are all 103s from 9 o'clock to 12:15. And if you come at the end of one of those periods, so you know, if you come around 9:35 or 10:35, and then 11:35, even though that class doesn't end until 12:15, I'll be able to help you out then. So come down and see me. I'm in the High Tech Center right next to EAC's library. You can just come in there and kind of poke around. I'm in room 113, but you can pretty much ask anybody, hey, where's Mr. McBride, and they'll point you to my lab that I usually teach in. Okay, so having talked about all that, let's take a look at what you're going to do to sign in every day. So I'm going to go to sign in. So this portion is after you've done your registration. And again, there's instructions that I've explained how to do this registration and get yourself all set up and purchase the product at the bookstore or purchase it right here online. But once you have all that done, then every day you'll hit sign in. You'll select 2013. And then you'll type in your username. And either hit enter or click sign in. Now this screen is not what you'll see. You know, this is actually, you will see the screen, but it won't be quite as populated as mine, because this is a kind of an instructor view. And so I'm going to go ahead and go into the course we're in. You will just see this course. That's the only one that you'll have in there. And this is what you'll see each day. Now this is a little different because again I'm an instructor, so I have some options over here that you won't have. But I include a lot of verbiage and text here that really helps you out. So if you forget, well, what am I supposed to be doing? I really don't want to go back and watch those videos on it. Here's the breakdown, and here's how you can contact me, and here's my office hours. Also over here on the side you'll have these announcements, and you can switch between read and unread. You know, what will you need to do each week? Having trouble, what do you need to do there? Extra credit assignments. So these will always appear here, and in the announcements section I will also say, hey, this is when your final exam's due, and don't forget about this. So there'll be some announcements there. But this is what you'll do each week, is that you'll come in, I mean probably each day, hopefully more than once a week. But your options then are to go to the assignment calendar or to go to course material. Let's just look at the assignment calendar really quick. The assignment calendar is very nice, but you need to be aware that only those assignments that have due dates on them will appear. And so that can be a little frustrating, because some things like the study guide, I've assigned them, but they don't have a due date. Basically the end of the course is your last shot there. And so sometimes this is not a good idea to come to, because you look and say, well, great, there's no assignments. I'm fine. Oh, there's one that's due way down here on the 31st. I'll just do that on the 29th. So not really a good way to go, because in my courses I try to run it more like the real world. If you go into a job, somebody's going to give you work to do and they're going to give you a general deadline, they're going to say, hey, this needs to be done by December. And then it's up to you to sink or swim. And so in this class, as I mentioned in another video, I've got a cutoff date midway through the course. So chapters 1 through 5 will close midway through the course and never open again. And then the rest will close the week before finals. And you need to be aware of that. But I have general due dates for these assignments, and that's what this is showing, is that there is a due date for an assignment there, and that assignment you should be working on as soon as you can. So, you know, if you can get into my IT lab, and this week, that's really your assignment, is just to get into my IT lab for this week. But if you can get in there early, then you're going to have that assignment done before it's due. The actual close or cutoff date for that assignment then is midway in the course. And so you'll notice that. So what I try to tell students to do is don't use the assignment calendar. You may miss a couple of things, or you may all of a sudden go, wow, I've got like 17 assignments that are going to close. How come I didn't know about these? Well, if you go to not our course, let me go to my course materials. I'm not quite sure how this is going to pull up. I may need to switch to student view. So we'll see. You'll just have course materials. You won't have these. Okay, good. This is showing the view that you will get. I have another video that talks about this, but there's all your work. And so you'll want to go to course materials each time you log in, and then say, oh, okay, I'm in chapter 2. And you click on chapter 2, or I'm in chapter 6. And you click on that, and then wait a second, and then you'll notice that there it is, everything for chapter 6. I have another video that defines these or talks about these. But chapter 6 is a really good example of what you need to do each week. You will have a study guide to print out and use your electronic text to find the answers to. Then you'll do this open book test using the study guide that you filled out. Keep the study guides. As I mentioned in the other video, keep these because you'll use it for your final exam study guide. Then you'll do the trainings, and I have videos that show you the basics of going through those trainings. And then this skill-based exam should be identical to this training, except it doesn't have any helps. This is a test, so it won't allow you to get help to finish it. There are a lot more blue assignments. I have a lot more trainings than I do actually exams, but I do have a few of these. So that's really where your grades are going to come from. And to end this little session, if you go back to Course Home, you'll notice that I talk about those right here and how much of your score is made up and from what that's made up. All right, well, go ahead and watch the rest of the videos, and we'll go from there.